Hey, happy March 1st, everyone. Welcome back to the blog. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Now, I had planned on blogging a few times this weekend, but I had a damaged power cord for my laptop, so I didn't get to do as much as I planned. A few topics today. First off, a lot of people ask me about the importance of measuring food. And while I don't tell all of my clients to measure every single meal, I do think that a food scale is a nice investment for a couple of reasons. Now, obviously, measuring food isn't always completely practical. Okay, sometimes we're out and about, or we're getting our food, prepared by someone else. However, when people first start eating the way I recommend, I like for them to at least measure a few times, so they at least have a good idea of what 6 ounces of meat or a half cup of carbohydrates looks like. Your scale doesn't have to be elaborate, but there are some nice and inexpensive ones available. Now, obviously, if you're competing for a fitness competition or a bodybuilding show, you may want to make the sacrifice and measure each meal. Of course, but on a day-to-day lifestyle changing nutritional program, it's not always practical, and it's pretty tough to sustain. Another topic I want to discuss is an important part of changing the body that I think is definitely overlooked, and I'm even guilty of not discussing it enough here on the blog, is resting and the importance of sleep. Now, first off, remember that muscles grow while the body is at rest. A sleep deficit can occur and can accumulate in just a couple of nights. Okay, and being at a sleep deficit of just 3 hours or more is the hormonal equivalent of overeating by more than 500 calories per day. So if you're struggling with fat loss, look at the entire picture of your program. Okay, sure, a lot of people, 99% of the time, their problem is not sleeping; it's actually eating. They miscalculate how they're eating, whether they're eating too much, not enough, the wrong foods. That's a big part of it, and at the wrong time. But if you're not resting and recovering, your body just is not going to change at the rate you want it to. From a cardio standpoint, for those of you looking to do things a little different and want to try something intense, change your next long, slow, boring cardio session for sprinting. Okay, I've discussed sprinting many times on the blog, and if you haven't ran all out in a while, trust me, it is challenging. I have a few different sprint programs that I created, posted in the workout of the day section, so take a look at that. Now remember, sprinting is very tough on the body, but it's definitely a great weapon in the war on fat loss. Like I've mentioned, I'm not a big fan of freaking out over numbers. Okay, I'm not huge on counting every calorie, watching your heart rate, minutes duration of training, any of that. Okay, I mean, I'm not that OCD when it comes to my training, and I don't want my clients to be. My proof behind the benefits of sprinting is quite simple. Look at the difference between Olympic sprinters and marathon runners, and tell me, which one looks the leanest, which one's the most defined, and which one just appears to be the most athletic. Now, obviously, it's sprinters. Now, the reason behind this is when the body performs an exercise like sprinting, just exactly like it does, from a weightlifting standpoint, the body does primarily burn glucose for energy. Now, while distance cardio, it taps into fat source energy. I'm not disputing that whatsoever. But the after training effect is actually reversed. And in an attempt to preserve itself, after a sprinting or weight training workout, the body will look to store fat for energy. While after distance cardio, the body will tap into glucose. Okay. Now, I'm not saying giving up a certain type of cardio. The heart is the most important muscle in the body and definitely benefits from several different types of cardiovascular training. But on occasion, toss a sprint workout in the mix, and I promise you'll be satisfied. I do have a very busy week planned, but I will be posting regularly as always. Thanks for stopping by, and do something to make this Monday amazing. Have a great day.